Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, Cancerians, let's go ahead and take a look. How are they feeling about things, whoever they may be? Seven of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who is not pretending anymore, right? There's no more lies. If they have been trying to ignore what their guides have been saying, this is not the year for them to keep ignoring it. They can't pretend that they don't know what they know. If this person is jealous, I always think that with the crow holding the emerald here, if they are jealous, they're admitting it to themselves. If they've been, holding on to harboring some kind of emotion, they're Knight of Cups. Um, they can't fight this feeling anymore. This is the real deal now. There's no point in them lying to themselves. There's no point in them acting like. Also, I gotta say this feels like this little daisy that's coming out of this fountain. It's like it's kind of a little bit of a macabre painting because it looks like the fountain is like bleeding or something. Maybe it's Kool-Aid or whatever, pomegranate punch or something, but it almost looks like there's some kind of like, oh God, this is bittersweet. Like it finally feels good to admit to myself that I feel these emotions for Cancer, but I'm happy, I'm liberated, but then there's this weird, I don't know, like it's bittersweet, but it's also so liberating for them to just admit how they feel. This is somebody who fought their feelings for a long time. Queen of Swords. I don't know if they've been under the watchful eye of somebody else who's maybe known and even said, you're in love with Cancer. And they're like, what? No, The Queen of Swords could have been the mouthpiece of the divine, calling it, even though they didn't. Two of Cups. Okay. This could be that for a while, our character has been told by somebody, I can see it. I can see that you're bonded to Cancer. I know you are. There's you don't act like that around anybody else. This could have been a friend. This could have been a family member. This could have been their mother. This could have been a lover, though, of theirs too. It's like you're not in love with me. You're in love with that Cancer. Either way we slice it, it's somebody who's speaking truth about what they saw, what they witnessed. I don't know that I think that this was a romantic person because it looks like it's the voice coming from the divine and they're not upset. So I'm thinking that this is so crazy. This is something that they are the person who was like the last to be able to see it or admit it to themselves. Maybe they kept saying, no, I just work with Cancer. I like working with Cancer. It's like, no. When you talk about Cancer, I can hear it. Like you light up, you blush, you're crazy about this Cancerian. Who is this person that you work with that you talk about all the time? It feels like they're like, what? No, no. They did that for a long time, even though they were like, maybe there's something there. No, I don't think so. It's like they tried to pretend or to juggle or to only, I think they're working overtime trying to pretend that I don't have feelings for Cancerian. I don't. We have Justice and we have Nine of Cups. If they were, I don't know, maybe I should take that juggling card a little bit more serious now that we have the Justice card. If they were trying to date Cancerian and they were madly in love with Cancer, but they were trying to keep it light, like, oh no, we're just no strings attached. We're just playing. We're just having fun. Then they were really doing a divine connection dirty and just trying to keep it like, oh no, this is just purely for giggles. Cancer and we're not serious about each other. We just like goofing around, or we have a no strings attached thing. And we're just here for a good time, not a long time. Well, let me tell you, the universe did not like that one little bit. It's like that is no way to treat somebody that is actually your Two of Cups. I don't know how Cancer, let's turn and say, how did Cancer feel about them? King of Wands. If anything, Cancer comes across as somebody who might have been quite loving with them. And in the divine masculine energy, Cancer could have been very peaceful, very consistent, very calm. But you notice a force to be reckoned with. This Cancerian, if they shifted in their masculine energy and into their fire energy, it's like, yeah, I'm passionate about this person, but I don't play games, but I'm also calm and peaceful. I'm not here to fight or anything, but I do say it the way it is. We have a Seven of Pentacles. definitely some kind of an energy of like Cancer maybe was kind of patiently waiting for them to like either acknowledge that this is a more important connection, or maybe Cancer was not doing anything other than working with them and wasn't like, no nookie, no nothing. It could have been that Cancer was like, they're never going to get a piece of all this good, all this yum yum, unless they actually start trying to date me. They can't. Two of Wands. I think Cancerian was kind of at the point where they're like, I just don't even know if this person is ever going to see this connection for what it is, see it as an important and valuable thing, or if they're always going to try to keep it light, try to lie to themselves about how they feel about me. I'm going to say this after getting more of these cards out. I feel like the scenario was, this is somebody who's been around Cancerian, and it doesn't mean that they had to work. Like Cancerian may or may not have a job, they may or may not be working. Maybe these are retired individuals, right? So I don't want to say that it's work where it's like we go to work and we make money, but let's say, all humans still do work, right? Everything that we do requires effort. So everything is work, whether it's, a next door neighbor that when we're working out in our yard, tidying something, mowing the lawn, they're out there too. And, you chit chat, and it's like, this person is obviously into Cancer. Cancer knows it, but they keep trying to act like, no, we're just friendly neighbors. And it's like, it may have just been something as simple as that. Every time they interacted with Cancerian, they would try to just act like, I'm not in love. I'm not attracted. There's not some like really strong pull, but I feel like this person has been like watching for Cancer all the freaking time. I feel like every single day. If this was like a workplace romance, I feel like the Cancer might have been the first thought on their mind. The first thing that they thought about, like, I wonder what Cancer will wear today. Can't wait to see Cancer today. I think I'll wear this so Cancer will see me looking good in this today. I feel like they have been over time thinking solely about Cancerian in almost everything they do every day, but trying to tell themselves, no, we're just palsy wowsies. It's just, oh, Cancer's just great. It's just always so fun to talk to them. But no, there's nothing more to it. Lies, 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 lies. That's all I can say. Cancer was kind of getting a little bit fed up, I think, realizing, I don't know if this person's ever going to like acknowledge this or make any kind of move or make this more serious, or if they were already like, a no strings attached situation. I think Cancerian was getting to the point where it's like, I think I might need to like push this person out of my life, or I need to go someplace else if they're always just going to be treating this like it's not as significant as I know that it actually is. Eight of Swords. I think Cancerian has been getting to the point where it's like, I don't think this is great for me. I'm getting a little stuck in my head because now I'm thinking, how long is this going to take for something more respectful or more serious to evolve? Or Cancerian thought, I'm going to start falling for this person, so maybe I need to limit my interaction with them because they're just out here, having a good time. Nine of Cups. I think Cancerian started to think about, I need to make sure that I don't give my time and attention to somebody that I'm at risk of, bonding to, getting stuck on. I should probably, since they're out there, making like this is just a simple Nine of Cups kind of exchange. We're doing it because it's fun. We like to talk to each other, or we like, a no strings attached scenario. Well, then let me go ahead, and if they're just doing this for fun, let me make sure that I look at it as just fun, and let me put my own happiness first, and I'll kind of match them in the energy that they're in. This is lighthearted. It's all just about, having a good time. Then I'll make it less important to me as well. This is just about having a good time. It's funny because that could be what is pulling them up short. And they're like, whoa, if Cancer treats me like I'm just a good time, someone they vaguely like talking to, this doesn't, no way. I can't deny the fact that I feel a lot more for Cancer. It kind of feels like as long as Cancer was treating them with much more reverence and respect, it allowed them to stay in the fun, no strings attached energy. And if Cancer mirrors them and says, okay, fun, no strings attached, not that very, very meaningful, let me make sure that I give you exactly the same vibe back. all of a sudden that's like a thunderclap of realization. No, I'm lying to myself and I can't lie anymore. I actually have a ton of emotion. And this, whoever the Queen of Swords, can we get one card on her? Because she's calling this out, saying, you're nuts about this, Cancerian. Two of Pentacles sideways. Again, she's somebody, it could be a mother figure saying, son, daughter of mine, I know you really well. And I know that you're actually crazy about this person. You don't have casual feelings about this, Cancerian. I know you. I've known you since you were little. I know when you are focused on something. I know when something makes you really happy. I know you. You're not, mediocre or lukewarm about your emotions for this, Cancerian. I'm glad that they have somebody who's like calling them out. They may have actually needed that as well. Four of Cups. It could also be them getting called out like this is possibly going to be good, because it could even be that the Queen of Swords says, if you care about this person, but you're treating them like you don't, what do you think they're thinking right now? They could be, God, I hope you didn't disappoint that Cancerian. I hope you haven't been acting like this didn't matter when it clearly does to you, because that could have really caused them, to feel disrespected or something. It's just this Queen of Swords is like almost speaking from Cancerian's perspective. Like, I don't know, maybe this is like, a feminine, mother figure speaking on behalf of how, like speaking up for a feminine, like, hey, that's no way, son of mine, that's no way to treat your lady when you're nuts about her. It doesn't have to be a gender related thing. It's just that we have a feminine on this card. And then we saw the Queen of Swords possibly as their mother figure. And so I'm just thinking that this might be the reality check that they needed, coming from somebody who loves them, but somebody who's like advocating for, think about how you're treating that person that I know you're crazy about. Whew, Knight of Swords. Yeah, they may realize that they need to step to it. This really feels like kind of a heartwarming story where it's like a mother is giving her son some good advice about, like, I know you, and I know when you're really drawn to somebody, and I know that this person's special to you. But if you've been treating her like she's not special to you, how did I raise you? you make sure that you do the right thing. And he's like, I'm already gone, Mom. I gotta go talk to this Cancerian. It's like he is rushing in. This is really kind of nice to see. I feel like they're a really good person who was just trying to like not let their heart get too involved, or they were insisting that they didn't know how much their heart was already involved. It's crystal clear to them now, that's for sure. Four of Swords. Boy, they better hurry. They better be running, because we have Cancerian turning their back more and more and walking away. We have Cancerian saying, I think I just got to let this one go, and, I'll heal from this. But, I guess they didn't take it that serious. So it's time that I let this go too, and just turn my attention to my own happiness. I get this impression even that Cancerian could have been like, well, I guess, whatever, the vacation's over, or our time is up and I'm going to be leaving, and I guess we're not going to stay in contact with each other. And I guess, we'll just not see each other anymore. It feels like their time is coming to a close, and like Cancerian's about to leave, and they kind of need to make sure that they get to say what they actually feel toward Cancerian. The Cancer already had plenty of time that they gave this person. And I think that's why we see Cancerian shutting down and walking away, and why this is like, whew, this is in the nick of time. Good. Whoever that mother figure is, the fact that she came across as one of the guides that they have been trying to ignore, and she is the mouthpiece for the divine or the guides, that's really awesome. Lots of times if we get, parental figures or something, we can have like meddling family members, but this is the right kind of meddling, because it's like she's speaking some truth to this character, which is actually really nice. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Happy late Tuesday night. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to do this one live. It was just a little bit more bogged down for me tonight, and so I'm going to go ahead and bounce on out of here and turn my attention to sleep now. All right, you guys take care. Bye.